Everybody, we have Bruce Cassidy. If you want to get in the queue to ask Bruce a question, please hit the raise hand button on your screen. We'll go first to Fluto Shinzawa.
Bruce, maybe until Jeremy and Jakob get their feet wet, you're going to lean heavily on Charlie and Grzelcyk. What did you think of how McAvoy and Grzelcyk did tonight?
I thought Grizz moved the puck well. Power play, ozone stuff was very good. A couple of breakout passes he could have been cleaner on. But I thought Charlie was getting involved offensively. Obviously you want to, when you're in tight there, I think they're both in tight, and we're looking to maybe make a play, and they're right on top of the crease almost. So that's when you're encouraging your D to get involved. Hey, once you're involved, you're there to score. So some of that will be a little bit of encouraging them to shoot to score, not worry about someone should be covering for them. Defensively, tough luck for Charlie around the net. In the second one, obviously they were fortunate, but for the most part, I thought we did a good job defensively, and those guys were good. And even the guys you mentioned, I thought Zaboro had a pretty good game. He's moving the puck well. He's clean. He sees the ice. Jeremy got beat inside there, I think, on the second goal to the puck. So we'll talk to him about that. But all in all, a good night from the back end.
We'll go next to Steve Connor. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Bruce. Tuukka got hit hard a couple of times early in the game, and he hung in there, and came through in overtime. First, are you concerned at all about him getting hit like that? And just could you talk about his performance?
I mean, yeah, the first one, I think Grizz got the guy in the hand, so he was trying to get out of Tuukka's way. That one looked worse than it was, but the Wood one, I mean, he's been called for that a number of times. So, we obviously addressed it, and it's game one. We're in a close game. We're trying to play the game and still keep people out of Tuukka's way. So clearly that will be talked about tomorrow. That part of it, because that's not something we want to. We want it to be a trend, and we have plenty of guys in our lineup that can take care of business in that regard. But that's how he plays a little bit. So it's typically him. It's the one guy going to the net hard. I think there was one late, but that was more of a breakaway, a guy chasing angle that I think is a hockey play. But like I said, Wood tends to go to the net hard. First of all, we got to get in his way, and second of all, we got to discourage that.
And Tuukka's overall performance?
His game was excellent. He's moving the puck. He's in the game. The second one went in off McAvoy. Not much you can do about that one. First one's a breakaway. I think he stopped, 2 or 3 breakaways. So I thought excellent in the shootout. Glad to see him get a win. We don't score a lot for him in the shootout. So, good for Marchand to come through. But I thought he looked very mid-season form, so to speak. Did not look like he was fighting it or not tracking it.
Thank you.
Next to Joe Haggerty.
Some new faces and new places on the power play units. How happy were you to just get some power plays to get them out there and get some looks, and also get a couple of goals from the power play?
Well, I mean, we rely on it, and clearly we needed it tonight. Our 5-on-5 scoring, even though in the first period, plenty of opportunities. Kretsch missed one in the second, a nice play by Charlie. Certainly had some chances to score that way, so come through for us. But those guys, I mean, Grizz going in for Torrey, obviously we've seen Grizz there, and he can certainly contribute to that power play unit, and hopefully gets better and better as he goes. We moved Richie in front. A little bit of that was the 4-on-4 before that. We had Coyle out, but we were planning on putting Marsh in the half wall and Coyle in front for the third period. Marsh has been on the half wall net front. Just a little adjustment we saw. I mean, one thing Jersey does is their D plays away from the net a little bit, getting into, Bergey's shooting lane. So we thought maybe if we played closer, made some plays around the net, that we get some second chances, and it worked out on Richie's goal. Marsh's was just a turnover, great play by Kretsch. That, that's just guys playing hockey. But the second goal, we had sort of talked about, that back post play, and it worked out for us.
We'll go next to Dan Roche.
Hey, Bruce, just a kind of a basic question summing up what you've been talking about. Just season opener. Sure, some players had jitters or what have you. How nice to get out of there with a win, a shootout win.
Well, clearly, listen, the shootout was a problem for us last year. Hopefully we can be better. We were tonight. Hopefully that continues. But listen, we let a lead get away in the third period, and that's not a road we want to go down. We had a bit of that stuff happen to us last year. I know it was only a 1-goal lead, but still, we got to play winning hockey, Dan. And I don't think we did in the third. At times, we mismanaged pucks. It led directly to the first goal, just a bad turnover. Had another one where we turned it over, take a penalty. We had some backhand plays, hope plays through there, and you can't get away with it against any team in this league. And we paid the price. So good teaching moment for us, obviously. And still able to get the 2 points is nice, but that's an area that we're going to have to clean up. I thought our start was excellent for not playing any real live hockey. We were into it. We were banging. We were winning pucks. We just got away from it a bit in the third, and credit to them for pushing back.
Go next to Matt Porter.
Hey, Bruce, what did you think of Frederick on the fourth line, and also Smith? Do you expect that he will play Saturday?
I don't know about Smith. Obviously, he'll be day to day. It's a lower body. Quick turnaround Saturday afternoon, so we'll see how he is tomorrow. As for Freddie, it was our intention to get him in. It wasn't going to be today if Smitty was healthy, but we want to see him play with the group and not have him wait too long. I thought he had a real good first period, lots of jump on pucks, got pucks to the net. Then like a lot of our guys, I think in the second, especially some of the younger guys, started slowing down, making plays back into back pressure, and then you're just going to have to learn that players work hard in this league. You got to play in straight lines. You got to drive the puck deep if you're going to turn up, and recognize the ice. So. But all in all, I thought he had a good, solid game for us. Contributed a bit on the kill. Lost him a little bit with all the penalties there for a while, unfortunately. But we're trying to keep him engaged in the game by getting some special teams time. That'll be trial by fire a little bit for him up here. He hasn't done a lot of killing up here. That's something we're gonna have to live with. Same with Jack. But tonight our kill was good, and they were part of it. So and then the 5-on-5 play with that line, like I said, I thought he generated some action around the net. It'll just be a matter of staying consistent.
Take our final question for Coach from Kevin Dupont.
Thanks, Trav. A couple of questions on your defenseman, Butch. Miller got in a couple of smacks. That's my first question. When he gets those in, was there some emotion on the bench?
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, we everyone's pulling for Kevin Miller. He's a well-liked teammate. It's hard to play against well-respected defensemen in this league. So, and that's the way he's going to play. He's going to be out there. It's going to be all in. A little concerned we haven't played that long, how your puck play is going to be, your hands going to be slow, your reads. And I thought I did a good job for the most part. There was one, I think, in the first period, they jumped him a little bit. Had to be a little quicker, but he made the right read. But all in all, I thought he handled it well. Good on the PK. Again, like you said, smacking guys around, letting them know. So I think for him, I think the most important thing we wanted, Kevin, was get him through healthy. We were almost not even concerned about how the game went for him. Obviously, we wanted him to play well, but we wanted him to survive a live action and be comfortable and trust his body to perform. And we got both tonight. So good for Kevin. I'm very happy for him.
And lastly, Grizz gets a lot of minutes there, 24. I know he's the first guy out on the PP. Is 24 where you would envision him getting dialed in?
No, that's too high. Consider overtime, which is skating minutes, not taxing on the body minutes, and the first unit power play. So what we'll look is, where is his 5-on-5 minutes? That's where we got to be careful that he's not playing. He's probably not going to do a lot of killing this year unless it's necessary in terms of, defensemen in the box or whatnot, because it's just too much to ask. But that's high, and I don't think you'll see it that way in a normal 60-minute game. 5 power plays contributed to that, Kevin, as well. Even though 2 of them were half power plays, that's still that unit spends a lot of time in the O zone. So, that can add up too. So like I said, we're going to monitor more as 5-on-5 minutes and make sure they're not, above and beyond what he can handle. And I suspect, if you're asking me, what do you think is ideal? He's gone from 17 to 18 over the last few years. And we would think 20 would be enough for him to get the best out of him each and every night for 56 games.
Inclined to go with the same 60 for Saturday?
We'll look at the video, but yes, probably something we'll do, especially with the younger guys here early on. Keep them involved when it gets a little heavier, the back-to-backs, or you know, you get 4 games in a week, then we're probably going to mix and match. But right now, that would be my intention.
Great.